Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, world, depending on which part of the world you are watching from. The time now is 15 minutes after 11 West African Nigerian time. My name is Sola Mahut, one of the many voices of TBC, broadcasting live from TBC office in Bariga, Lagos, Nigeria. Amore et reverare. Amore et reverare. Love and respect. That is the TBC slogan, and it is based on this slogan and the belief of the admin, the creator of TBC, that he created TBC. It is for the love and respect he has for the downtrodden of this world that he created TBC, and is giving us opportunity to build it. What are we expected to do? We're expected to get the 1 billion people that we make up this great organization, this great movement called TBC. It is a great movement because it is one of its kind. There is no organization in the world that has the principle of eradicating poverty, clearing unemployment from the roads of the world, and bringing abundance to the population of this world, bringing abundance to everybody, the abundance that is already existing here in the world, that God in his magnanimity has created for all of us, but a few have cornered and left us high and dry to wallow in poverty, ignorance, filth, and all the vices of this world. So, admin created this, and now we have the responsibility of building it. He has created it, he has given us all the tools. It is our responsibility to build it and to get to the economic phase of this great organization, this great movement, quickly. As soon as we hit the 1 billion mark, verifiable members in TBC, we are in the full-blown economy, and our money, the coin, the crinkles, will become liquid and can be used everywhere. Even though we are in the partial economy now, where the money is being used now, you can use it to do a lot of things. Starting from buying of cars, foodstuff, land, name it. But we want a full-blown economy where we have more than 50 or 500 million merchants, so that we don't need to get out of our community to get any goods or services we need in this world. Remember, TBC is a private society, a private contract society. Everything is within us. We are lawful, we are self-sustaining, we do not carry guns, we do not fight anybody, we just want to go our own way. And the only way we can go our own way is to create our own economy from the ground up, using our money called the billion coin or the crinkles. So having said that, I want to go to the main object of this broadcast today. I've not been broadcasting for some time now because I've been very busy trying to achieve a step towards us getting to our promised land, our destination of 1 billion people. And that step is organizing a conference in Nigeria, an international conference, a special conference, and admin in his generosity has given us the go-ahead to carry out this conference in March, between the 1st of March and 15th of March. This conference will take place in the 3 zones in Nigeria, in the north, in the southwest, and in the southeast. Admin has supported this conference in a very special way. Admin has gone out of his way to really finance this conference. Some people will ask me, how did he finance it? Admin is a very noble human being, very generous human being, a listening leader, which is contrary to what we have all experienced in every part of the world, that our leaders don't listen to anybody, they think of themselves and do whatever they like. Hence, they have the effrontery and the courage to suppress all of us and make us slaves in our own homes. Admin, listening to us, has agreed to indirectly finance the conference. I'm saying indirectly because the payment of the conference entrance ticket will not be collected by admin directly. Because if he was to collect it directly and send it to us, then he would have said he'd finance it directly. But he didn't finance it directly, he did it indirectly because he allowed us to collect the entrance fee. Which is the admin fee that we are all supposed to pay as mass adoption team members to admin. He said we should collect it. 13,000 naira, which we have calculated to be an equivalent of $25 in our own environment here in Nigeria. He said we should collect it, and he will credit all of us that pay for this entrance ticket with one bulk credit, with which you can pay for your next month mass adoption fee. Gentlemen, what else do you expect? What else will you really want from a leader? What else can you want admin to do for you to prove to you that he's a God sent and a man that has really dedicated his life to achieving the eradication of poverty globally? Nobody does what he has done. Nobody. Gentlemen, Nigerians should sit back and think that with this one gesture of admin, we can change the face of Nigeria with this conference. Just relax. Think of what could happen with our 1.3 million Nigerians. We all pay for our mass adoption fee, get our mass adoption numbers, and then pay the 13,000 naira to attend this conference. If 1.3 million people pay 13,000 naira, gentlemen, how many millions do you think we are going to get? With this type of amount of money which admin has approved, He has approved it already. It behoves us now to pay it. It behoves us now to do the rightful and the needful. We can use this money to publicize TBC in every nook and cranny of Nigeria, every village, every hamlet, every cave, every valley, every mountain in Nigeria will hear about TBC. And constantly for this one whole year, we shall bombard them with the publicity, billboards, jingles, television shows and talks, banners on the road, handbills to everybody, that there will be no Nigerian who will say he has not heard of TBC. We shall even go to the extent of reducing everything to our domestic languages, our local languages, so that the people who don't understand English will understand in our local languages. When we have done this, gentlemen, you will not need to go hunting for referrals. Referrals will be hunting for you. Nigeria is 200 million people and counting. Imagine we get to these 200 million people. We shall revolutionize Nigeria with TBC. Only with this conference, with one blow, we set Nigeria ablaze with the knowledge of TBC. So, gentlemen, we Nigerians are used to doing our individual things. We have the problem of cooperating among ourselves and doing things together. Even if you are a Hamite, a Scorpion, you like to be on your own alone, you don't want anybody around you, and you pay this 13,000 naira after you must have become a mass adoption team member, because that's the condition. Before we accept your 13,000, you must prove to us that you are a mass adoption team member by giving us your email address and your mass adoption team number. Every member of the mass adoption team has a number. My number is 617. My workers here, they all have their own numbers. So with this number, you can now come to us, pay 13,000 into the account we have publicized this morning, posted everywhere this morning. Fill out the forms we have already posted this morning, and immediately we get your 13,000 naira and verify that you are a member of a mass adoption team with your number. We quickly credit your account with bulk credit for 1 month. And with this credit now, immediately 1st of February, you quickly go and pay your mass adoption fee, and you get your 30 coins, gentlemen. You get your 30 coins, which means you are attending the conference free of charge. Because whether you attend the conference or not, whether you pay your admin fee to this conference or not, you must pay your mass adoption fee every month for you to remain in the mass adoption team. Anytime you fail to pay, you drop out of mass adoption team. Admin has made it abundantly clear to all of us that what keeps you in the mass adoption team is you pay your mass adoption fee until this project is over. And don't forget, the space for the mass adoption team is limited, completely limited, and not so much. What TBC admin needs in the mass adoption team is only 111,111 members. So if you pay as 111,112, you are no more in the mass adoption team. So, and as I'm talking to you now, I'm sure we have gotten up to 800,000 now, if not more. So the earlier you go and pay for your mass adoption team fee now, the better. So that you will have the opportunity to pay for the conference ticket, attend the conference, which is an international one because Mr. Mbederik is coming here, Mr. Kofi Stevens is coming, some other African country members and Europe are also coming to this conference. They've indicated their interest and they are working on their passports and visas as we're talking now. So this is an opportunity for you to get to know your brothers and sisters in the TBC community worldwide. Anybody who misses this conference should look at himself as not a proper member of the TBC community. Because those that are supposed to know will be there. Mbederik will give lecture, training to all of us. Mr. Kofi Stevens is coming as a goodwill ambassador of admin. The first official outing of Mr. Kofi Stevens as a goodwill ambassador is in Nigeria. Gentlemen, what else can admin do to prove to us that he loves us? What else do you expect him? What else do you want from him? And he's coming here as goodwill ambassador, and admin has told us that he will come with some package to show the respect and the regard and the love he has for the downtrodden, the forgotten. So the goodwill ambassador is coming here to carry out some activities for these downtrodden, abandoned people in Nigeria, and we have a lot of them. Gentlemen, you know, as Nigerians, we have, majority of us are destitutes. Let's face the fact. We all know that. Forget the few of us that live in the towns. How many millions of us live in the towns? Majority of our citizens are living in squalor and abject neglect and poverty. In areas where erosion is carrying away their buildings, carrying away their farm produce, where terrorists are operating, they can't even have something to eat. Many of them are in camps, living like refugees in their own country. Gentlemen, you know that we have to help to change the face of our situation. We cannot change Nigeria by fighting, carrying gun, or doing all sorts of nefarious acts. We can change Nigeria by being members of TBC, using this one God-given opportunity to change the face of our country. When all of us pay our tickets to the conference, we have so much money that we can advertise everywhere in Nigeria. There's no corner of Nigeria we cannot advertise. And when we do that, everybody will be aware in our local languages, the market women, the school children, the university graduates, the undergraduates, even the government workers. Many of them are unhappy where they are paid 30,000 naira as wage for a month. How much is 30,000 naira, gentlemen? Convert it to dollar. It's not even up to $100. $100 is around 36,000 something naira, 38,000 or 440,000 naira. But even that minimum wage, many of them are not getting it. Many states cannot pay it. Not that we don't have the money, just because our leaders have stolen all our belongings, all that belongs to all of us together. And now they cannot pay the downtrodden. The governors, the presidents, the commissioners, the ministers, are they not getting their wages? And they're getting millions of naira every month as wages. But our hardworking civil servants cannot even get 30,000 naira. And people are giving excuses, there's no money to pay them. For Christ's sake, our brothers and sisters. Are you seeing why it is necessary to use this opportunity that God has given us now in TBC? That admin, a man sent by God, is giving us now to change our circumstances. God cannot come from heaven to change our circumstances for us. He uses human beings to do that. God is using admin to come to our rescue in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, please listen to my voice this morning. I am speaking to you with passion and with anger and misery and unhappiness in my heart. Listen to me and please hurry up now. Go and pay your mass adoption fee, $25 in Bitcoin. Get your mass adoption number. Come out, pay your conference ticket fee, and get credited with another money to pay for the next month for your mass adoption fee. So you're not doing anything special. You're just getting entrance free to the mass adoption, to the conference. So do this if you want to change the circumstances we live in this country now. This is an opportunity. A second one cannot come around. A better one does not exist. We should sit back and really think about our situation and grab the opportunity immediately. They say you strike the iron when it is hot. It is hot now. Admin has given us this opportunity. Nobody can ever give it to us. Our government can never give it to us. Never. How old are we since we got independence? We are still talking of the same thing every day. Talking of roads, talking of water, talking of electricity. The same talk since 60 or something years we're independent. For Christ's sake, can we not reason? Can we not see that we have no hope in any government of this country because these people are a gang of criminals? You call the politicians in civil uniform or in army uniform because the army has ruled us before. They were also politicians in army uniform. What did they achieve? Absolute nothing. Nothing, gentlemen and ladies. And now the ones in Agbada are ruling us. And what are they achieving? Nothing. Every year we repeat the same story. Ghana is no more talking of electricity. They are probably no more talking of, for long they've never been talking of water because with electricity they have water. I've been to Ghana several times. They have electricity and water. They've always had it for more than 40 years. I've been to Ghana. I've been going to Ghana. In Nigeria, we're still talking of water. Where I live, I generate my own water. The road I drive on is unbelievable. It's bumpy and uncomfortable. Kofi Stevens will come to this country and we shall take him around. Do we have choice not to show him how degraded we have been? We have no choice. We like him to help our people. That's why most of us join TBC, because we see it as the only avenue to get rid of our poverty and squalor in which our people live, in which our children and great-grandchildren will live if we don't grab this opportunity that TBC is giving us now. So please, gentlemen, don't waste any further time. 13,000 is not the end of the world. It's nothing. I know that many of us are crying that 13,000 is a lot of money. Yes, it is a lot of money. But why can't you solve your problem with 13,000? If you go on the road now and they take your handset, and I'm sure many of you have handsets that they're worth more than 13,000, will you kill yourself? You will not. If you get home now and they've robbed your house and they've taken some of the properties you have in your house, television and all that, and it's more than 13, will you kill yourself? No. But this one is an investment you are making for yourself, for your children, your grandchildren, and for generations to come. For them not to go through what you are going through now. So, gentlemen, please, the condition for you to join us in this international conference is for you to have your mass adoption number. You must have your mass adoption number first before we can accept your 13,000 for the conference, which will be also credited to your account again for you to pay for the next month. It is not the other way around, because some people are asking, can't we pay the 13,000 now and that will be used for our mass adoption? No. The condition is you must be a member of the mass adoption first. And now, gentlemen, let me touch one area that some people are confused about. You can register people now with the admin credit and they join the mass adoption team. You can do that. But please, do not waste the admin credit. Admin credit is money. It's $25. Yeah. It is money. It is not a piece of number. No, it is money, gentlemen. It's $25. So before you register anybody with your admin credit, which you think is free, make sure you collect at least the 13,000 for him to pay for the conference, and then you'll be credited to pay for the next month's mass adoption. That is, make sure you educate him that he must continue to be in that team until the end of the project. Don't just register anybody you see because you see admin credit is free, and now you go and collect 30 coins, and then the following money, when the person is not paying, then the person will drop out, and the whole thing, they have wasted admin credit. Please, educate the people, let them know they must be prepared to keep on keeping on, keep on paying the admin credit every month and remaining in the mass adoption team. And don't forget, I repeat again, the slots available in the mass adoption team is 111,111. Nigeria alone can take up the whole mass adoption team slot. It's a pity our conference did not come long before this time. We would have educated our people. We alone could have taken up the 111,111 because we are 1.3 million people. So 111,000 is nothing to 1.3 million. So, but please, let us go and grab the remaining slots available in the mass adoption team now and use the opportunity to enhance our own welfare. Because when all of us, let's assume now we're up to 30,000 that are able to join the mass adoption team now quickly and come and pay for the conference, we have a lot of money that we can still make a lot of publicity and get a lot of people to know that TBC has come to stay and there's no going back. Nothing can stop TBC. Then they will join us, and you as an individual will make your own money too. You remember, when you get a referral, he pays, you get 50% of the admin fee. Gentlemen, admin gets almost nothing from us. Most of the time, we're wondering how he manages to run all these big platforms, pay all these people, and we still remain afloat. I'm a businessman, I've been running businesses. I know how much money is required to run a business of this is doing. It's not a child's play. Managing millions of people on platforms and everywhere, and then gets only $11.5 or $12.5. And it's not even regular. So please, let Nigerians rush now and go and collect the remaining mass adoption slots that are available, so that we shall create an atmosphere in Nigeria with this conference that will set all tongues wagging, everybody talking of TBC. Because by the time we besiege and take over the radio houses and television houses and newspapers and everywhere, everybody will hear about TBC. And we shall all just sit back and the people will be looking for us. And you will be registering and making your own living even before we get to the promised land. So what are you waiting for, gentlemen? What else do you want admin to do for you? How else can he prove to you that he is God sent without saying a word? How else do you want him to prove that he's magnanimous? How else can he prove to you that he loves you and he respects you? Gentlemen, I have to call it quits now because I can't spend the whole day talking here. I promise you one thing, that as long as I am the chief servant, I am not a leader, gentlemen. Most of you do not know me. Most of you are seeing me for the first time. I am not a leader in TBC. I am just a floor member like yourself. But I am passionate. Looking at my age, you see that what has brought me here is not money, it's passion and love for my people. I promise you, as I am your chief servant here, your kobo can never be misused. Never. You will get the account of it. For every kobo that is paid in here will be accounted for. I guarantee you that. Call me and ask me of it. You can easily find me in number 61 Jagmolu Street, Bariga, Lagos, along Akoka Road. So I am not a faceless person. And the gentlemen and ladies working, serving with me on the planning committee are very honorable people, impeachable people that have names and are men of integrity. So please, you all can go to the WhatsApp. We have the WhatsApp, the conference WhatsApp. We have the Telegram group. Please go there and register. Go there and get the account number, pay your money, but please fill the form. There is a form that is attached to it where you will state your name, your email address, your mass adoption team number, very, very important, and their telephone number. With your mass adoption team number and your email address, we shall credit immediately. We receive your money. Yeah, but you this and pay on the 1st of February or anytime you want to pay. But my advice is you try to pay on 1st of February so you get the full complement of the mass adoption promotion coins, that is 30 coins. So I beg to take my leave. My name is again Dr. Solo, that's what you call me, but my name is full so that you know I am not hiding and I can never hide. I am too old to hide. I don't even know how to hide. My full name is Dr. Solo Amahoju. You get me once again on number 61 Jagmolu Street, Bariga, Lagos. That is where we have the TBC office. And the company we created for the TBC office is the Digital World Services. It's an incorporated company in Nigeria. So, my dear brothers, I thank you very much. It is with happiness in my heart and gratitude to Almighty God and warm greetings to admin of TBC for giving us this opportunity to change our circumstances in Nigeria. Once again, gentlemen, God cannot change the circumstances for us. He has given us the brain, He has given us the instrument. It's our responsibility to change our circumstances. Thank you very much. God bless you, and bye for now.